everybody, Dacob here. Welcome to my fashion bunker. Today I'm dressed in red, and it's all about passion and flames and fire and the depths of cloying, sticky, resinous sensuality and sexuality and mystery, and also tinted with a bit of hate and love for Dior's Hypnotic Poison Eau de Parfum version concentration. The bottle is tantalizing. It looks like blood. It's so red, and then it has hints of black hues on the sides. It's probably impossible to really see, but that doesn't matter. If you go to a store and you look at it and you kind of like twirl it and twist it, you're just going to get hypnotized by the color of the bottle itself. This type of intense red is incredible, especially when you kind of light through it from the back. It's just amazing. It does remind me of some sort of vampire type of concoction where blood is contained in an ampule and it's for you to be used. And mind you, the juice in here is so potent that there's some metallic touch and aspect to it that could resemble blood in a way. You know, when you cut yourself and you kind of on your finger, then you like suck the blood out, and it tastes so metallic, or you could even smell metallic. This was kind of gross, but some people do that. I do that if I cut my finger. First thing I do is I suck on it, not because I like the taste of it, because I think it's going to prevent the tongue, it's going to prevent the blood from, I don't know, coagulate. No, actually you need the blood to coagulate, but I think I can disinfect it because our spit has a lot of factors that kill all the bacteria anyway, whatever, yada yada, and blah blah blah. Demashi, what are you doing to us, Demashi? Let's spray this little baby on the wrist, on the hand. And it's a lot. Ooh. Okay. First off, I have to say, and I've said this before in other videos, I have a love-hate relationship with the Eau de Parfum Hypnotic Poison, because I hated it in the beginning, and just by accident, when I bought it the first time, I didn't close the tap completely. It was slightly open, like that, and it was next to my bed. It woke me up at night. That's how intense it was. I had to click it closed, and then it worked. And on my skin, it had all sorts of weird nuances that it went through, and I did not like it at all. And yet I kept asking myself, what is this smell? There's something in there that reminds me of something from my past, and I don't know what it is. And I still don't know what it is. So let's get to the ingredients quickly. None of these ingredients is what it really reminds me of from the past. But anyway, top notes, we got licorice, we got almonds, we got middle notes, orange blossom, jasmine, sambac, like sambac absolute, as Demashi wants to tell us, vanilla, and tonka bean. Literally, when you read the description, the description of this perfume, you get absolute thrown in your face 50 billion times. It's all about absolute, absolute, absolute. So François Demashi says, the Eau de Parfum of Hypnotic Poison is extremely natural and draws its power and strength from carefully selected raw material absolutes. Hypnotic Poison plays with absolutes. Their natural aromas and depths and absolutes. Okay, so licorice. You know, people say it's licorice. To me, it smells like cherry, like cherry liquid. I know licorice. I know my licorice, okay? I lived in Spain, and I'm there from time to time, and also in Mexico. You know, the licorice root, it's literally a root, and you could buy it. I mean, it's cleaned in a way, and you just suck on it. That is pure licorice. Licorice candy, I've tried that too, the gummy version and the hard version. Licorice tea, I'm drinking that a lot. I love my licorice. This does not smell like licorice to me. And if it does, it's a transformation through some sort of chemical that kind of makes it, to me, smell like cherry candy, which is something not a lot of people like. But guess what? That cherry candy that I smelled in the beginning when I first purchased the perfume and I was kind of battling it out and it smelled kind of chemically medicinal through the cherry candy note, evolved as I was giving this perfume another try, and another try, and another try. And I was trying to figure out what it was that really smelled deep down in there that kind of drew me into it over and over and over again, even though actually I did not like the perfume. It still smells like a candy from the 80s. Something, and I can't pinpoint it out. Something special from the 80s that it's been forever that I haven't smelled it anymore. You know, forever, ever. But at the same time, there's something powdery in there. There's some sort of iris in there as well, more than the jasmine. Something that creates a powdery tone that if you smell it in the right way and if you combine it with the right skin and the right chemistry and the right temperature, you're going to have an illusion of powder it's a sandy beach, and you're constantly having flashbacks on this sandy beach, and this is the type of poison in this bottle. I said vampire and blood at the beginning. I mean, you know, in a way, there's this also myth, if you drink somebody's blood, or Dracula myths, that you kind of get a part of their life and soul inside of you, and with that, part of their memories, a part of what they have lived. And in a very awkward way, this perfume gives me that tone. Whenever I smell it, depending on the time of the day, the humidity outside, and my own mood and my own hormonal, you know, balance or unbalance for that matter, I would get different whiffs of flashbacks and memories on this sandy beach with red sand, like a volcanic. It's like a volcano beach. I mean, of course, volcanic beaches are usually blackish, but let's just envision them as if they were red, a red volcano beach. And with every whiff I get a different flashback, a different memory. It's like as if I were drinking the blood of a different person. This sounds so gross right now. And they give me kind of their past memories and visions of themselves. And okay, this all sounds really gross. It's not meant to be gross because you're not drinking blood, obviously. This is just a perfume, obviously. But it does evoke, like a knife that cuts through me, memories and visions of the past. Over and over and over again. I'm having like a flashback trip. So the poison in this bottle, it's a special type of poison. It's a poison that triggers memory patterns in your head, maybe of past lives or something. It's very esoteric to me, this smell. It's gorgeous. I have heard that people are saying that it will be discontinued. It just came out in 2014. Now it's 2016. I mean, I hope it won't get discontinued because it's amazing. This is a 100 ml bottle, the biggest one available. They do also a 50 ml version of this perfume, of this eau de parfum. But there's something in here, and you know, it's like when you're traveling and you remember something, but then you forget it all over again, and then like you remember. It's like Dory from Finding Nemo. I keep kind of looping myself, and I need to sniff it over and over again to try to figure out what it is that I'm forgetting and what it is that I'm remembering. And it is narcotic in a way, because it does kind of, you know, it kind of shifts you and pushes you in a sort of weird breeze. Does it smell like the original Eau de Toilette, Hypnotic Poison? To me, it doesn't. There is a reminiscence of it in the heart, in the base. Actually, if you could say there's something underneath the base note, that would be the reminiscence of Hypnotic Poison. The vanilla is very faintly there. The almonds, however, it is bitter, and it tends to get more and more bitter with time and more powdery. The dry down, I'm not a big fan of it with this perfume. It doesn't give me that richness and that sticky, cloying, juicy, sugary aspect of it that's in the top. It's gone in the dry down. It just stays very dry and kind of bland to me. So that's another one of the reasons why I have to respray it. Like when it hits that total base dry down, I kind of have to refresh it to make it wet all over again because it's too dry, literally. In this case, the dry down is really dry. And the top wet coat is wet. Even though there's that powder in it, and it creates a very, very sensuous, velvety surrounding, even though it's kind of sticky. It's like, maybe it's not that sticky. Right now, I mean, after a couple of minutes already, it's not sticky anymore. That cherry sticky candy that's there in the opening is gone. And I have powder, and I have a sweet powder that's also dry powder, and it's so good. It's so comforting. Not as warm as Hypnotic Poison Eau de Toilette. This one is more edgy. It cuts through you more. It lasts longer on the skin than the reformulated Eau de Toilette. And isn't it amazing to be able to say that this is not a reformulation? This is the original. I mean, darn. Actually, in the 90s, there was an Eau de Parfum limited edition, but I haven't smelled it, so I don't really know what it is or how it was. But then it was discontinued completely. So this is not a reformulated Eau de Parfum. Technically it is, but it is the Eau de Parfum of Hypnotic Poison, and not, you know, coming out as a limited edition, but as the real deal. And it's weird because I get so many different contrasts here. I have the sandy beach with the red sand, but there's, you know, Dracula's castle on the top of a hill on this beach, and Dracula is just like looking at you and is so happy that you've been drinking this blood, and this blood is literally just gonna get into you, and you're gonna get hypnotized, and you're gonna go up that beach, and you're gonna enter that castle, and Dracula gonna eat you. And you're so happy that somebody's gonna be sucking on your neck because you think, I'm hypnotized, this poison is so good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you have, thumb it up. Let me know what you think about it in the comment sections down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And don't ever forget, as hypnotized as you are, don't ever give up on love. Love you. See you soon. Bye.